You know what? I take my work very seriously, but I don't try to take myself too seriously. I do my very best, and I'm not always successful, in finding the humor in as much as I can. So I thought this would be a good opportunity today to talk about laughter. Laughter is such a good medicine. All coming up on this episode of Casting Actors Cast.
This is Casting Actors Cast. Jeffrey Dreisbach brings you insights and inspiration. Make a difference in your acting and your acting career. Here's Jeffrey Dreisbach.
Well, hello and welcome to today's episode of Casting Actors Cast. I'm Jeffrey Dreisbach with McCorkle Casting in New York. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day, and I'm looking forward to sharing some little anecdotal, maybe some funny stories. Maybe you can relate to some of these funny stories having to do with actors and acting. And I think this should be a really fun episode, especially for the holidays. So welcome aboard. If you haven't done so already, please check out the website, castingactorscast, all one word.com. You're going to find a lot of really cool things. There's a form that says dive into the talent pool. And if you do that, it's going to open up a whole bunch of freebies. I'm not going to get into all of that good stuff because I'd rather get right into the episode. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Here are a few lighthearted and funny anecdotes from actors and their journeys trying to make a career in acting. This first one I call the audition for anything goes, literally. So here's the story. An actor that I once knew, really excited to enter the profession after getting out of school, he decided to go to an audition for a musical and misheard the director during the audition. The director said, "Show us what you've got," thinking it was like, a test of versatility. So the actor started tap dancing, then transitioned into mime, followed by an impromptu monologue from Hamlet. When the director burst out laughing, the actor apologized for improvising too much. The director said, No, it's perfect. This is anything goes after all." He didn't get the part, that actor, but they did get him a callback for a comic role in the production. This next one I love is called the creative headshot disaster. So there's one actor that I know, it was a while ago, but that actor decided to stand out by including props in their headshot. So the actor had a violin and a stethoscope, for doctor's roles, and even a chef's hat. The agent called and said, "Unless the casting call says clown, lose the props." The actor switched to simple headshots, and then, of course, you know the rest of the story, landed a role in a week, just a week later. So I think that lesson is learned. Less is definitely more when it comes to headshots. Now, this next story I also like a lot. This is called the wrong door audition. So this actor that I know arrives fresh to Hollywood. He accidentally walks into the wrong audition room, and instead of reading for a small indie film, they found themselves in a room full of people auditioning for, ready? America's Got Talent. When asked what their talent was, that actor panicked and performed an overly dramatic monologue from Macbeth, or, the Scottish play. I'm not supposed to say Macbeth. That was so unexpected that they made it all the way to the next round of the talent show. That's a true story. Here's one called the roommate casting couch. One actor living in New York shared a tiny apartment with two other struggling performers, and to save money, they turned their living room into a makeshift self-tape studio. During one's audition, the actor's roommate, still half asleep, wandered into the background wearing nothing but boxers and carrying cereal. Yeah, The casting director called them back, not for the role, but because they loved the, quote, unscripted realism, end quote. I love these kind of funny stories, don't you? Actually, there are a few stories mixed in here that actually happened to me, and I'm wondering if you could kind of figure out which one. Let me know if you figured it out. You can send me an email, castingactorscast@gmail.com. So this is story number 5, The Method Actor Gone Too Far. So I know an actor who was preparing for a role as a barista. He decided to get hired at a coffee shop to perfect their craft. On their very first day, they got so much into character that they accidentally called out a latte order as, "For Cleopatra, grand potion of energy for the Queen of the Nile." Guess what? The customers loved it. And the cafe even kept them on after the role was done. So the actor ended up with 2 jobs. Here's another one that I just really love a lot. The actor who was very, very excited because they got their first national network commercial for KFC. At that time, this is how old it goes, Kentucky Fried Chicken. And this was a national network commercial that the actor got hired to perform in. And he was playing the role of a counter boy, complete with the hat, standing behind the counter. And this was when they were first introducing extra crispy chicken. Can you imagine? So the actor's all excited because this is a big deal commercial opportunity for this actor. And so the actor had a lot of ego and a lot of excitement happening simultaneously. And so when the actor showed up to the soundstage, they had recreated the entire KFC restaurant in the entire soundstage. And of course, the actor just thought that that was like the coolest thing because it was their commercial. So the actor now gets to go to makeup, and during makeup, the person who's applying the makeup, an elderly makeup professional, decided to say something to this actor because the actor had some lines around their eyes, and the makeup professional said, "Oh my God, what are those?" And the actor said, "Oh, those are my smile lines," trying to be funny. To which he heard from the makeup artist, "Honey, nothing's that funny." Okay, I give up. That was me. That actually happened to me. My very first national network commercial when I was acting. Crazy, right? By the way, I still have those lines. I haven't done the Botox thing yet, so I'm just going to kind of hang in there and see what happens. Here's another one. It's called The Off-Brand Commercial Debut. An actor landed their very first gig in a fast food commercial, just like I did at the KFC. And excited for their big break, they told all of their friends to watch it. Now, unfortunately, the director cut their speaking line, leaving just a second-long shot of them awkwardly holding a burger. Guess what? Friends are still teasing this actor for years later. They always say to them, "Don't forget your Oscar-worthy burger scene." Here's another one. That we call this the special skills mishap. This is a true story. An actor listed horseback riding under special skills on their resume. And when they got cast as a medieval knight, they confidently approached the horse, only to confess that they'd never actually been near one. The director said, "Well, at least your acting skills are real." After lessons, that actor pulled off the role and then, of course, promptly removed horseback riding from their resume. Makes sense. You like those stories? I've got some more. We're going to have more fun because this is a humorous show. At least I hope you're giggling a little bit. We'll be right back after this.
Are you wishing for acting success?
Are you ready with audition techniques for theater, film, and television? Are you ready with proven methods for growing your talent? Are you ready to boost your business? It would help if you had a playbook to guide you. Now, there's Jeff's Jots, the Actor's Career Playbook by Jeffrey Dreisbach. Jeff's Jots at Amazon.com, CastingActorsCast.com, available in paperback, hardcover, or ebook. Stop wishing and start doing with Jeff's Jots, the Actor's Career Playbook. All right, let's move on to the humorous stories that actors have found themselves in. Maybe you can identify with some of these, maybe not. But here's one. A young actor nervously introduced themselves to a fellow actor during a theater rehearsal, praising their work in a recent blockbuster movie. Well, it turns out that it wasn't the celebrity they thought it was. It was a stagehand. The stagehand joked, "Thanks, I've been perfecting my lighting cues for some time now." And then there's the story about the extra who stole the show during a day on a set as a background actor. This performer, he decided to add a flair to their background role, playing a pedestrian just in the background. And he gave himself a backstory. He pretended to buy a sandwich and he mimed a phone call with the background. It was a serious courtroom drama taking place. And the director eventually had to ask, who is this pedestrian and why do they have more personality than my leads? Okay, here's another one. The monologue mishap. At an audition, an actor performed an emotional monologue from Romeo and Juliet, complete with sobbing and dramatic pauses. Now, the casting director said, well, that's beautiful, but we're actually casting for a toothpaste commercial. Without missing a beat, the actor smiled and said, guess I'd better brush up. A quick wit. Oh my God, so many funny, awkward stories, and I hope that you can relate to them. Perhaps you can see that keeping a sense of humor is probably the very best thing you could do for yourself. Again, I think it's really great that you're taking the work seriously, but then again, I think it's equally important to not take yourself too seriously. You know, the journey of becoming an actor is filled with all kinds of awkward moments, improvisation, and, plenty of laughs. I think these stories remind us that humor is often the best companion on the road to success. So I hope you found this fun. I had a great time sharing these stories with you. Please let me know if you had a great time going to castingactorscast@gmail.com or castingactorscast.com. I'm Jeffrey Dreisbach. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much.
It's been great having you in our talent pool today. Your support means the world to us, so please consider sharing, liking, and reviewing this episode wherever you jump in. I'm Megan Grace Martinez. Thanks.